Like I said, welcome to episode number 30. I didn't even think we'd make it to 30. We've been consistent. We ain't missed the show. We've been here since the beginning, and this show was made for one reason and one reason only. And that reason was to educate each and every single one of you on how to become your next best investor, your next best self as an investor within the cryptocurrency space. I'm joined here by my co-host, Travis Pick. How you feeling this morning, man?
Man, I'm feeling bullish, bro. I'm feeling bullish.
Yeah. It's a lot going on, and I feel like today is one of those days where it's a lot of like we told y'all, it was a lot to come from InvestFest and then do the Tuesday call. Man, it was just, I was like, yo, it's too much going on. I needed to take a little step back, so I'm grateful for you all. If you did not take the time, please send this link out to somebody. Also, let them know that we're live on YouTube. If you're live on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those notification bells. That way you don't miss any updates. We are at 196 subscribers. If you are on the show right now and you're not subscribed, if you're not subscribed to the Oh My Crypto Network with Coffee and Crypto, drop a me in the chat box. I just want to see if you are not subscribed, if you're new to the call or you've been here for a while and you haven't had the opportunity to actually subscribe, because we got all the past episodes on there. So I want to make sure that we have some people on here that may not be subscribed to the actual platform. All right. And if you're not subscribed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop our YouTube link right here for you. All right. See, I'm going to drop the YouTube link right here for you guys. All right. And please subscribe, help us get, and look, if you got a different YouTube page, some of y'all got 2-3 YouTube pages, them businesses, you know, them businesses that didn't go nowhere. You know what I'm talking about. Them businesses that ain't go nowhere. That podcast, that time you felt like you was going to make, and you did one episode, but you was like, man, one of my eyebrows was higher than the other one. So you decided not to publish it. That YouTube, go to that YouTube and subscribe to. Yes, sir. All right. So welcome to Coffee and Crypto again, the #1 cryptocurrency morning show in the world, where we stay extremely bullish and we keep things hot off the press. So this week, I'm pretty sure we don't have much time to really, because we're going to need this whole hour. We're going to need this whole hour on this show. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to pop it off real quick. All right. If you are not, if you are not subscribed, and look, and today, I feel like me and you are going to kind of bounce and intermingle into some topics together. So feel free to pop in, bro. And, if you feel like there's some value that needs to be added, would love to hear from you as well. But let's get to it, man. Make sure you subscribe to the Oh My Crypto Network, because we make you say OMC around here, not OMG. We make you say OMG too, but OMC for sure. All right. So check this out. Coin market cap. The overall crypto market, they're still adding cryptos. All right, we can see this 20,541 different coins. 99% of digital crypto assets are going to go to zero. That means that majority of this list is going to go to zero. All right, so you know what? Let's do some math real quick. All right, so we got 20,541, 99%. All right, so that means 20,335 of the 20,541 coins are going to go to zero. I don't know if y'all ever put that in perspective, because we said 99% a lot on the call. And so I had to do the math for y'all. That's 20,336. Let's just round up. 20,336 cryptocurrencies out of the 20,541 that are currently around will go to zero when we go into this new reset.
So I got a question, Vince.
Yes.
So how would you pick which ones?
Well, this is what I tell people all the time. So if you're a private student within the Vincent Owens Group, I've told you this multiple times. Listen, would you rather have the number 4 draft pick in the NBA or the number 150? Or the number 88? Or the number 67, right? Y'all drop that in the chat box. Also on YouTube, let me know. What would you rather? Would you rather have the number 4 or the number 67? I'd rather have a Kevin Durant. I'd rather have a Carmelo Anthony. I'd rather have an Allen Iverson, a Kobe Bryant, a Michael Jordan. That's what I'm looking for. So when I'm
Allen changed the game.
you said what?
I said Allen changed the game.
Hey, AI changed the game. He got
Crypto is like Allen Iverson.
Crypto is like AI. It changed the game.
Changing the culture.
Hey, that's why his name was AI. You know what I'm saying? He was ahead of his time. Allen Iverson was ahead of his time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you, crypto's so close to Allen Iverson that Allen Iverson was so ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan was so ahead of his time. That's how I know crypto is great. All of the greats are ahead of their time. Mm-hmm. Travis, me and you are ahead of our time.
We're ahead of our time, baby.
We're ahead of our time. So I want you to understand that anything that you're a part of, that you're ahead of the time, this is something that you might want to really stick in and really learn. These calls, we could charge for these calls. We could. This could be a charged podcast, private podcast. But I wanted to make it public because crypto is public. You know what I'm saying? It's a public ledger. There's private ledgers too. But most of the ones that we're focusing on are public ledgers. And so I believe we need to make this information public. That's why we do the podcast. It's not for the numbers. People are going to come back 2 years from now and see these videos, and then you'll come back and see millions of views on these videos 2 years from now. Mm-hmm. It's not about right now. Not focused on right now.
There was a comment in the chat. I was looking through our YouTube analytics last night, and one person, they commented on there, wow, this is crazy that only 11 people have seen this. You guys have just changed 11 people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was when it was like that was a beginning video before we had organization, before we actually had like, man, y'all about to see this show transform in front of your eyes. I promise you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen very fast. All right. But coin market cap, let's get back on topic. That leaves only about 200 coins if you want. So that leaves roughly about 200 coins. So 200 coins is going to make up this 10 trillion, because I believe cryptocurrency will be a $10 trillion market. I believe that it will be a $10 trillion market minimum. And we will see that over the next 5 to 10 years, right? So we're looking at $1.1 trillion today. So we're back in the positive. We're headed back up into potential bullish territory. We really need to break above 13. Like we really need to break above 1.3. We really need to break above 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Once we start to go back to a $2 trillion market cap, you want to get in now before it goes to a $2 trillion. Okay. So look at these points. It's first thing first. I look at my top 10. I see Bitcoin's number 1, Ethereum's number 2 over the last 7 days. Bitcoin being up 7% is a big deal, guys. It's a big deal. Bitcoin being up 7% is a big deal. XRP 3% over 7 days, right? So it's a hard band of Solana now. So XRP is at the number 6 position going through a lawsuit. And today, oh boy, we're about to go through a rabbit hole about XRP. We stay bullish on our favorite coin here. And listen, one thing I can promise you is when you leave this call, you will be more confident each and every single time about your investment in XRP. Shout out to Reggie Holt on the call. All right. I remember Reggie Holt. I think I seen his comment on Instagram. So I wanted to say shout out to Reggie Holt. I believe bro was at InvestFest. You know what I mean? Shout out to Reggie Holt. If I'm wrong, shout out to my Reggie. Shout out to my I'm wrong. Hey, but look, I don't forget. We met him at InvestFest. We met him at InvestFest. Shout out to my boy Reggie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Look, I'd let y'all know I be paying attention. I be going through here. I'm so good at talking and like, I should have been a weatherman, you know, or something, man. I should have been a weatherman. I'm like, it ain't too late. I might go be a weatherman or something soon. All right. But XRP is up 3%, guys. All right. That is bullish. We're at 38 cents. We're at 38 cents. You better get it before it gets to 40. You got to get you some before it gets to 40. So let's go ahead and dive into the wonderful world. I said that like a Medea, wonderful, the wonderful world of Twitter. All right, let's get to it. So this first video says, looks like the SEC fanboys, and the Ripple fanboys are at a standoff. Neither has the leverage going into the summary judgment. Neither has leverage going into the summary judgment. Listen up, family.
Which goes to say that there is once again not enough here to overturn Judge Netburn's order. But all is not lost for the SEC, you SEC fanboys, because there is still a final avenue for the SEC, which is to file an appeal to the Second Circuit. And here's where I have to deliver bad news for you Ripple fanboys. That takes a long time, and here's how long. The objection to Judge Torres will be fully briefed on or about August 16. Judge Torres moves quickly on the simple rulings, but apparently takes a long time on reasoned opinions where she writes a lengthy order. So far in the Ripple case, we've seen her take at least a month and usually longer on those type of orders. So we are not even going to get her order probably until September at the earliest, and maybe even later in the year. Then, assuming Ripple wins, the SEC has to ask Judge Torres to certify the email issue to the Second Circuit, and that has to be briefed, which is a problem because even if Judge Torres realizes this issue is going to mess up her November 15 briefing schedule, she simply cannot push this email issue along fast enough to get all of the SEC's possible options concluded before summary judgment. In other words, if the SEC wants, which it does, it can put off handing over these emails until past November 15, maybe way past November 15, which puts Ripple in a bit of a pickle. Does it say, screw it and move forward into summary judgment without the emails? Or does it move to continue the summary judgment date until later in order to allow it to get the emails first and delay the case, stunting its growth, pushing back its IPO, and all those horrible things? Decisions. But the SEC also has some hard choices because if it moves forward with the appeal to the Second Circuit and eventually loses, the SEC risks binding case precedent that allows parties to obtain its internal emails, and that's not case law the SEC wants floating around. And that will be the next big decision for Ripple and the SEC. Move forward with what we got, or wait until we have all the bullets loaded into the gun before we move forward. It will be interesting either way. Thanks for watching, and it's not so bad to be depressed if you are depressed with everyone else. Let's all cry it out. Which goes to say that there is one.
Let's all cry it out. All right, so drop some hot coffee in the chat box because that's hot off the press. Hey, that was right now. That was hot off the press, just came out, guys. So, so that's where we are because I wanted to start there, right? I need you guys to understand that the SEC ain't winning either. Ripple's looking better. But the SEC ain't winning. And listen, it's this standoff isn't bad because I want to look. A lot of you all are very smart on this call, and I want you to drop this in the chat box. All right, let me know. After suppression comes what? Because the market can only be suppressed. People can only be suppressed for so long until what happens? Somebody let me know in the chat box. I'd be diligent on that chat box. I love that chat box. That's my favorite
box. The chat box, one of my mentors said, is how you get your energy out.
Mm-hmm. Chat box, how you get your energy. That's why we say drop them coffees. Shout out to Ty, Miss Zuli. Woo! Let's go. Explosion. So listen, SEC, keep suppressing this. We need this. We need suppression. It's okay. It's okay. This won't last forever. And it's 1017 right now. All right, my angel number. Shout out to everybody. But we exploded just at 1017. We dropped the explosion. Ty dropped the word explosion at 1017. So that right there tells me that when this lawsuit is over, we will see XRP explode to the upside because the more consolidation that happens, the crazier price will explode out. That's just how it works. Think about it. If you got an air pump and you keep on pumping, And now now it's getting harder. It's getting harder. Eventually, if you keep on going, it's going to explode. So those same principles of physics is the same exact principles that apply in real life and here on the charts, guys. Let's go. Shout out to Coffee and Crypto. The community is amazing. Let's go. All right. Now, I want to drop this because this was leaked by Digital Asset, Digital Perspectives, Digital Asset Investor. But I want to play this right here now. It's another long-winded video, about 2 minutes long, but it's important for us to know what's going on in this current case and what we're really investing in, because this is what keeps you in the game. This is what keeps me investing. And people say, yo, you're crazy. I've had somebody tell me, you're crazy to still be investing into XRP. I said, yo, you're crazy to not be investing into XRP. And let me show, and when bro sees this later on the YouTube, because I know he's going to watch, this is for you. Let's go.
Obviously, we're hopeful that we'll get another positive outcome in litigation.
John and Mike, I mean, you're listening to Steve, or even just looking at SEC filings, all you do is apply this 80-year-old Howie case and SEC wins. That's it, open and shut. I mean, are there defenses or is it hopeless?
The SEC, I think, has gotten more aggressive. I think that the Telegram and Kick cases, I thought were pretty aggressive cases. And I certainly would put Ripple in that category. I mean, you look at Ripple itself, I mean, it's a token that's been around since, I think, 2013. And it's a lot like this other currency called Ether, which is a lot like Bitcoin. Ether started, and the founders of Ether used the token to raise money to help build its platform. And now Ether is out there and can be used just like Bitcoin to buy goods and services. But the SEC has not and has never brought a case against Ether. And so I think that's an interesting comparison when you look at Ripple and Ether being so similar. Now, the SEC is going to point out certain things about Ripple that could make it different. You know, Ripple, they would say marketed its XRP, it's kind of an XRP token as an investment. Its founders made money by selling it. Ripple's not quite as decentralized as Bitcoin. Bitcoin has, I think I mentioned earlier, these people called miners, that third parties who are not affiliated with Bitcoin at all, are just third parties out there making money by confirming these transactions, which is called mining. Ripple doesn't really do it that way. It's one of its sort of what it advertises as a good part of the way its token works. It doesn't have these miners. And these miners have to, instead it has what are called validators who are more affiliated with the company. So there are arguments that the SEC can make that will say that this fits within Howie, but when you're looking at a currency token like XRP which is the Ripple token, it's being used and has been used for almost 10 years to buy goods and services. It's a tougher argument under Howie because, you know, you can argue that it's more like getting a Bitcoin, which is you're not investing in something, you're just getting something like cash to buy things. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I think.
Woo! Hey, listen. Now, listen. It's about to get hot right now. All right. From this moment forward, you need to be paying attention because I figured it out. I literally figured it out last night. All right. I got proof that XRP, is a currency token. I got proof. And I promise you, you only saw it here first. You didn't see it on no other show, not yet. You didn't see it on another show. You'll see it after we announce it right here, right now. Now check this out. Hot off the press. All right, what did he say? XRP is a what? Drop it in the chat box. XRP is what? XRP is a currency token. Hot off the press, Wells Fargo, August 2022. A world, digital assets, a world of possibility. Wells Fargo Investment Institute. It's about to get real. Currency tokens are loading. Key takeaways. Many expect digital assets to be the building blocks of a new internet, the internet of value. The internet of value will move forms of value around the globe, such as money, financial assets, and other personal valuables. The internet of value is likely to be disruptive to the world of finance, just as the original internet was to the communications and information. Hold up. Listen here. We believe that as the internet of value evolves, so will new possibilities and investment opportunities. Listen up. This is from Socrates. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. But when you leave this show today, when you get off of our YouTube today, when you watch this recording today, I promise you, you gonna know. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. Now there's two different internets, right? We have the Internet of Information, which is formed in 1983 to the present. Then we have the Internet of Value, which was formed in 2009. It was formed because the first white paper was created for Bitcoin in 2009, right? It attempted, it was created for different reasons, but one of the main issues was was security, right? So one of the major issues was security. Now, the Internet of Information was built to move information, or even more specifically, copied information. So think about it, right? You can send, right now, we can send emails, pictures, and videos, but those are copies. It's not the original. If Travis, the pictures that I send to Travis are not the original pictures, right? It's a copy of the picture. Travis has the original picture still in his phone. So what this new internet of value does, it allows us to actually move the real value, the digital value, the actual value from one place to another. Hold up. Y'all didn't know I was going to get this deep today, right? Y'all didn't know, but I had to. Now the internet of value begins. Now the internet of value begins. That's what it says right here. The internet of value began with the innovation of Bitcoin in 2009. All right, let's keep going. This is the moment when some can become this is the moment when some can become lost on Bitcoin. So let's review. Bitcoin is most often described as a digital money. It is, but it is a digital money network too. Bitcoin is two things rolled into one. Satoshi created a digital money that he called Bitcoin, spelled with a lowercase b, and he created a network or internet for the money to move on, which is called the Bitcoin network. Drop some hot coffee because I'm about to show you guys. I'm about to expose everything right now. Because see, whose website is this? Wells Fargo. They spilled it all. They spilled the beans. Digital asset group examples. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. For the people in the back, let me zoom in a little bit for the people in the back. All right,
What
right
does
here.
that say right there?
Uh-oh. Watch
What
this.
does it say?
Stable coins, store of value, smart contracts, digital currency.
Oh, that says currency.
Currency.
Oh, wow. On Wells
Wow.
Fargo.
From Wells Fargo. Okay. NFTs, utility tokens, exchange tokens. So they're showing you, not saying that these coins and tokens are going to be around, but they're showing you examples. They leaked it right here. They told us that XRP is a digital currency. You're welcome. Y'all are welcome. Let's keep going, right? So on this document, it talks about the Bitcoin. All right, well, I'll share this document inside of our, I'll share that document, all right, inside of our, what is it, Discord, okay? But I just wanted y'all to see right there, proof is in the pudding. Wells Fargo is promoting, all right? Wells Fargo is letting us know that they're moving into this new era and there's nothing that we can do about it. All we can do is integrate and get with the times. Now, this is hot off the press at the Wall Street Journal. Hot off the press, drop those coffee emojis. Coinbase says SEC is investigating its crypto lending program. So not only, yesterday, it came out that Coinbase is under scrutiny for its staking program, right? But well, it's the same. This is actually the same article, right? But not only are they're under investigation right now, period, by the SEC. All right, that's something that rolled out. But now the SEC is starting to dive in deeper, and now they're looking at. And if you haven't noticed the narrative, it's all about the lending. They don't want you to get rich. Yo, like y'all got them messed up if you think y'all about to be making 10% a year on these assets. 20% a year on these, like a day, excuse me, 3.3% a day. Wouldn't that have been nice if we could have really pulled that off? Man, Miss Zuli, we would have been up. Woo! But it took a little moment. It took that experience so we could tell the next person, hey, this ain't going
Yo,
work.
TPS.
Hey, you know what? Look, but as leaders, some of y'all don't even know what we're talking about, right? But as leaders, we have to go through the pain first. We have to go get the black eyes first. That's what leadership is all about. That's what leadership is all about. Now, so I wanted to show you guys that Coinbase is now, the SEC is now investigating its crypto lending platform. And I'm sure Travis can probably go a little more bullish on that as well. So I'm going to skip over to the next article on top of that, right? Ripple Labs interested in bankrupt crypto lender Celsius assets. And I know you were going to talk about that, Trav. I know for a fact. So I want you to pop in, bro. I want you to
talk about it. I'm still talk about it.
You still talk about it? All right, perfect. Because I'm not going to go too crazy deep, but I want you guys to still see the narrative, right? Like this is just like 03, 04, 05. When all of these companies started to buy, right? They started to buy these companies. And what do we call that? We call it M&A. And so I had to look up M&A last night, and that's Investopedia says that stands for mergers and acquisitions. So if you don't know what a merger and acquisition is, you want to pay attention right now, right? A merger is simple. A merger is when one company says, hey, we're going to merge with you, right? We're going to merge with you. And maybe that merger allows for them to strengthen the company by investing into them capital, right? Or maybe, or the acquisition side is they acquire their assets. So what they're saying is they are interested in bankrupt crypto lender Celsius assets. Now, I pulled this article up on 2 different news networks because I saw Travis do this one time and I thought it was very genius. And I felt like I had to start doing it that way, right? Now, he showed the propaganda of our regular media of CNBC. And as we scroll through here, you won't see them talk about XRP really at all. All they talk about is Ripple, right? Now down here at the very end, they talk about XRP, but the way they talk about it would keep the common person from investing into it. Check this out. They said Ripple's total sales of its cryptocurrency XRP net purchases were 408 million in the second quarter compared to 273 million in the first quarter. But then they said the company was sued by the U.S. Securities Commission in 2020. The agency alleges that Ripple and its current and former chief executive has been conducting a $1.3 billion unregistered security offering by selling XRP. So they're still pouring FUD into the market. Now, when we go over to a crypto media outlet like Decrypt, it shows us a different narrative. Ripple is considered buying bankrupt, same exact platform, but right off the jump, they say XRP, right? Ripple Labs, the blockchain payments company behind XRP, may be interested in purchasing assets belonging to the insolvent crypto lending, right? So they want to actually purchase these assets. That is what's known as a merger and acquisition. I'm going to give you one example. So there was one where both Daimler-Benz and Chrysler ceased to exist when the 2 firms merged and the new company called Daimler Chrysler was created. Both companies' stock were surrendered and the new company stock was issued in its place. In a brand refresh, the company underwent another name and ticker change as the Mercedes-Benz Group AG in February of this year. So mergers and acquisitions are happening all the time. It's just when a company is weak and a stronger company is like, hey, we're going to come in and acquire you all and merge with you all just to be able to help out. So that's what we're seeing right now. We saw a lot of M&A happen back in the early 2000s after the dot-com bubble, right? And so it's so much to share. So I'm gonna pass it over. I'm gonna pass it over to my boy Trav. Yo, Trav, take it away, bro. Oh, you're muted, brother.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. That was great. I love how because bro, you are such a quick learner and student, bro. I really, really appreciate watching you apply things as you learn them. That was good, bro. That was good. Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna get right into it, family, because I'm gonna finish up my session with that very article about Celsius being bought out by Ripple. But first, I want to get into this. So it says, despite the bear market, I want to first show you who wrote this article. I don't know who this guy is. I dove into this company, Core Ledger, a little bit. It seems like it's a monster. But this guy, Johannes Schweifer, he has a master's degree in chemistry and PhD in distributed computing and quantum chemistry from the Technical University of Vienna. So it's safe to say that he is a very well-educated man. So he says, despite the bear market, enterprise blockchain has nothing to fear. Well, who's an enterprise blockchain? Ripple's an enterprise blockchain. So crypto's volatility may be the top of mind right now, but blockchain's practical uses will be the industry's future. He goes on to say, with the loss of confidence from a number of established crypto lending and funding platforms rendered insolvent, Celsius, by ailing financial markets and largely over-leveraged positions, fears of a widespread contagion affecting associated protocols and businesses have been increasing. Amidst significant job layoffs and struggling financial markets, the general sentiment and outlook toward crypto remain gloomy. But the underlying blockchain technology remains unaffected, as its main potential has never been purely for speculative wealth generation, but to drive utility and innovation for solving real-world problems and issues. So I want to dive into this. This is an article from the Wall Street Journal, and it is hot off the press, family, August 8th. They say, now I want you guys to pay attention to this narrative that they're pushing right now. They say US lawmakers look to digital dollar to compete with China. Compete with China. The Federal Reserve is considering the idea, but in no rush to join a digital assets space race, which could not be further from the truth and completely false. They are not just considering the idea, they have fully dove into the space. Let's be honest. So another narrative that I've been continually covering on this show is renewable electricity production. So recently, there was a landmark bill, a piece of legislation that has been passed through, and it has recently passed the Senate. This is an article from August 2nd, so it's a little bit outdated. But this bill, the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, would restore incentives for new wind and solar projects over the next decade. So this is a video, and I'm going to play it from right here. This is from Forbes, and it says, Inflation Reduction Act passes. Senate approves $430 billion of climate and healthcare bill. So right here, it says Republicans did succeed in stripping from the bill a provision that would have capped insulation prices at $35 a month for private insurance customers. They don't want the sick people to have afford healthy medicine. They don't want them to be able to afford it. That is very, very crazy to me, and that's how the article video ended. But the key thing I want you guys to take away from this video is the fact that this is the largest investment in climate energy ever, with 370 billion slated towards climate reduction. So, statement by President Biden on Senate passage of the Inflation Reduction Act. He goes on to say, this bill makes the largest investment ever in combating the existential crisis of climate change. It addresses the climate crisis and strengthens our energy security, creating jobs, manufacturing solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicles in America with American workers. It lowers families' energy costs by hundreds of dollars each year. So, I want to show you guys this video. This guy is from CNN. He was a come on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it will not play for me. I don't know why it's not playing for me. Oh, here we go. Cool.
This story comes out, they're going to latch onto it. They've already announced in our office that once the public will be open to it, we're going to start focusing mainly on climate, climate like global warming, and like that's going to be our next I don't know, what's the word? It's going to be our focus. Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right? So our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
What does that look like?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's just going to be like constantly showing videos of like decline in ice and weather warming up and like the effects it's having on the economy and really head of the network, like just
Who's that? Is that
Zucker? Yeah, I imagine that he's got his council and they've all like discussed like where they think
So that's like the next
pandemic like story like that will be to death. But that one's got longevity. You know what I mean? It's not like there's a definitive ending to the pandemic, or like it'll taper off to a point that it's not a problem anymore. I think it's going to take years, so they'll probably be able to milk that for quite a bit.
so climate change overload.
Be prepared. It's coming. Stories like right now. Right now, where 2 stories are going to be pushed. Climate change is going to be the next COVID. We're gonna hone it. Commit to that.
You said it's going to be like the new COVID.
This story.
It's going to be like the new COVID. Now, this video is over a year old. Now we have Biden issue a statement with a $430 billion bill addressing climate change. Now I want to show you guys another huge landmark legislation that is being pushed, that has passed. Biden signed this bill. Biden signs a $280 billion CHIPS Act in bid to boost US over China. Now, I showed you guys this to compete with China. Now, I want to show you guys this.
Biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these things.
So it was a public message that TV news anchors were required to read. So here we go. Joe Biden signs $280 billion CHIPS Act in bid to boost US. Let's click on it. Over China. Now let's go back. Look, there's more media outlets with the same title. Chicago Tribune, same title. Boston Globe, same title. Detroit News, same title. And it goes on. This is another page. Here's another page full of the same title. Do you guys see a similarity? The media has been hijacked. Now, China has halted military and climate ties with the US and sanctions Pelosi in fury over Taiwan visit. So very recently, Nancy Pelosi has visited Taiwan, and she went to visit a factory and she met with a guy who produces semiconductors for one of the largest companies in the world. And I want to show you guys this videos that I made.
All right, folks, so here we got Exhibit A. While this may seem like a joke, it's actually not. We got Nancy Pelosi. She's calling her homies in Congress right now. She says, listen, load up on NVIDIA. We're about to pass a $52 billion semiconductor bill. All right, so one thing about stocks is you have to declare what you bought. So here's her name, Nancy Pelosi. She actually bought NVIDIA on June 17th, anywhere between $1 million and $5 million. So meanwhile, we got our guy right here, Joe Byron. He says he's willing to use force to defend Taiwan, prompting backlash from China. This is on May 23rd, updated just on July 8th. So here, folks, we have a tweet from me, your boy, CEO Trav. And I said on May 21st, 2 days prior to your boy, Joe Byron, going on camera saying he's willing to defend Taiwan using force against China. I said, China-Taiwan invasion on the horizon, monetary Cold War for crypto control. So now, July 14th, 2 months later, the Senate could proceed on slimmer chip-focused China competitiveness bill. The article goes on. The article goes on to say, weapon systems employed on the battlefields of today and emerging technologies of tomorrow depend on our access to a steady, secure supply of microelectronics. Now, this article is from July 14th. I told you guys May 21st, we're in a cold crypto war. These are the emerging technologies. All right, folks, so here.
So they create the problem, they invest in the technology, and then they create the solution with a $280 billion CHIPS Act to bid the US over China. Now, this bill has set aside $52 billion specifically to bolster the US computer chip sector. So Nancy Pelosi has invested $1 to $5 million in this company that is one of the biggest chip producers in the world. I want to show you guys another video that I made.
Biden signs $280 billion CHIPS Act in bid to boost the US over China. $53 billion in subsidies for US semiconductors. This is crazy. So why is this so big? China literally fired missiles near Taiwan after the US House Speaker of Congress visited. So why is China so mad? Pelosi met with the chairman of TSMC. TSMC makes chips for Apple and NVIDIA. So in my last reel, I talked about how the China and Taiwan situation was escalating. Ray Dalio, who is the founder of Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest hedge fund with 154 billion in assets under management, says the US-China tit-for-tat escalations are very dangerous. He agrees.
So I would encourage you guys all to go and read this article from Ray Dalio. It's on his LinkedIn, and you can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about with this. So that is the purpose of Coffee and Crypto, to help you guys research and help you guys understand the narratives that are being developed and that will affect this technology. So one thing I've talked about before in this show is the emerging carbon credits market. So one thing that you guys may not know about the new carbon credits market is that the SEC has passed legislation. Today's climate disclosure announcement by the Securities and Exchange Commission is the first step towards comprehensive climate regulation for US public companies. In a landmark announcement on March 21st, the US financial market regulator unveiled a plan for climate-related risk and greenhouse gas disclosure requirements for listed companies in the country. So that means, family, that if you have a public company that is on the US stock market, they have to now disclose how their company is affecting the environment and climate. It includes mandatory reporting of scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions, as well as any material impacts climate-related risks can have on the company's business, strategy, and outlook, such as physical and regulatory exposures. Now, I want to show you guys this because this company, they are a carbon credits blockchain. We know, if you've been on this show for a while, that Ripple also has a partnership with a company called Exang. They are building a carbon credits blockchain in partnership with the United Nations, the government of the world. So this company says, we aim to help companies achieve carbon neutrality by providing our innovative emissions offsetting services. They are a blockchain-based company, blockchain technology, a revolution in environmental offsetting. So who are they? This is their about us. This is their team. I'm not going to bother you guys with this, but if you guys would like to do some research, dive into who these people are. See what their backgrounds are. This is how you research. This is how you're going to be able to figure out why they are where they're at. And you can see this little pin right here. We've seen Bill Gates with the same pin on. It is a World Economic Forum related pin. So we're going to go down and we're going to show you who's their partners. Oh, look at that. Algorand. We have talked about Algorand before, and I've told you guys, you want to pay attention to the green narrative. Algorand rents Times Square billboard to tout green cred ahead of Earth Day. Now look at this. Not only did they rent one billboard.
Everyone enjoy the chat, enjoy staring at my face, I suppose.
You rented out all of Times Square.
The thing that's different about a Vrbo vacation home, you always have the whole.
1 second. I had that queued up to play at that time.
Oh, here we go.
They took over the whole Times Square.
I know more.
It says Algorand is a carbon negative blockchain built sustainably from the beginning. Today, we're doubling down, creating more out of less. This Earth Day, save energy, unplug, reconnect with our planet. Tomorrow, build a greener future on Algorand.
Yo, what's even more crazier is you read that. I might need to go get glasses. That's crazy, yo. I couldn't even look. I'm up here looking like, hold on, how you read that? That was more impressive than anything.
So I wanted to show you guys that, to show you guys the power of narratives. The power of narratives. They literally took over the entire Times Square. That is expensive. That is very expensive. So I want to show you guys this tweet. I found it very interesting. It says that your friendly reminder that the new US climate package, Inflation Reduction Act, has almost no climate benefits from 0.0009 Fahrenheit to 0.028 Fahrenheit by the year 2100 for $369 billion. Now, this you can take with a grain of salt because we don't know what this guy's agenda is. But what you can rest assured is that this is an article from 1989. UN predicts disaster if global warming not checked. Entire nations could be wiped off the face of the earth by rising sea levels if the global warming trend is not reversed by the year 2000. This is from the Associated Press. Time Magazine, 1977, the complete opposite of global warming. They say when the exact same group of experts who claimed it was global cooling in 1977 now claim it's global warming, you can see easily why I am skeptical. How to Survive the Coming Ice Age, an article on the cover of Time Magazine in 1977. Now they say how to win the war on global warming in 2008. Another article, the ozone is vanishing. All of a sudden now, from the Atlantic, the ozone is growing back. They play with the narratives to fit the agendas that they have. So remember, I showed you guys this. We started off talking about how Ripple is looking to buy Celsius amidst significant job layoffs and struggling financial markets. So I want to play you guys this video. This is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, our homie.
We have a very strong balance sheet, and even as we look at the future, we feel good about that. I do think there will be opportunities, and I think there'll be an uptick in M&A in the blockchain and crypto space. Uptick in M&A opportunities, and I think there'll be an uptick in M&A in the blockchain and crypto space. I haven't seen that yet, but I think that's likely in the future. And I certainly think as that unfolds, we would consider things like that.
In terms of buying companies or being bought out?
We're now at a stage of growth where I think we're more likely to be the buyer versus the buyee or seller.
Yeah, but you're not necessarily, you haven't found the acquisition targets at this point, or is there an area of the business you're thinking, you know what, this company will be a great fit?
I would say there's a lot of growth in crypto, and we are looking at a lot of different segments of crypto for growth. Some of that, obviously, we will build internally. The carbon credit initiative is something we've kicked off internally, but
listen to this very carefully. This is not my computer. This is
carbon credit initiative is something we've kicked off internally, but where we've made something we've kicked off. Carbon credit initiative is something we've kicked off internally, but where we've invested in over 30 or 40 companies around the crypto ecosystem, and we'll continue to look at opportunities to grow through external acquisitions also.
And of course, the market's not great right now, but is an IPO on the cards at some point?
Well, I think we want to get certainty and clarity in the United States with the US SEC. I'm hopeful that the SEC will not slow that process down any more than they already have. But we certainly at a point in scale where that is a possibility, and we'll look at that once we're past this lawsuit with the SEC.
So, key takeaways from that video. As we go back and we look at, with the loss of confidence from a number of established crypto lending and funding platforms rendered insolvent amidst ailing financial markets, amidst significant job layoffs in the cryptocurrency space, you have Ripple looking to make mergers and acquisitions during ailing financial markets. That is the key, folks. That is what you want to take away. Celsius is a monster. They were a monster. They went insolvent. And now Ripple, during ailing financial markets, is looking to make mergers and acquisitions, family. That video was from Davos, Switzerland.
Yep. I want to make a bold statement. All right. I'm making my bold statement today, and y'all can go back and watch this. I believe what's going to happen, Coinbase is going to go bankrupt. I believe they'll go insolvent as well. And I believe Ripple is going to buy Coinbase. That's my bold statement. I believe Ripple buys Coinbase. And if they buy Coinbase, it's over with. So I'm just saying. So I believe Ripple, either Ripple or FTX, but I believe Ripple will buy Coinbase. That's my bold statement.
That is amazing. So, family, I want to get right back into it real quick before we finish off for today. These narratives, Biden signs a $280 billion chip bill. They have the same thing every single news station. Green climate issues is what you want to pay attention to. And you have a video from Brad Garlinghouse saying we've kicked off the carbon credits in our company internally. Carbon credits, family, carbon credits. That is the future. You heard the guy on CNN talk about how they were going to kick that horse until it was dead.
Yep.
You saw the articles. They started from 1977, family. They started from 1977 with climate issues. They continue this narrative now until 2050. That's their new target. It's been going on for 80 years. They use the narrative when they have something major that they're pushing. The new major thing that they're pushing is blockchain adoption. That's all I got.
Amazing. Did an incredible job, bro. So I think that this show was great. It's now 11:02. And as promised, y'all, we don't like to stay too long over this because it's a long show. So, definitely appreciate you all for tuning in. Now we'll do anybody that has anything that you like, learn to love, please feel free to raise your hand. And as you guys are raising your hand, ladies are raising your hand, what I want to do is I want to give everybody the same opportunity. So is there anybody that's not a part of the Vincent Owens Group? Just drop a 7. If you're not a part of our Discord, if you're not a part of our private community, our private mentorship, we are licensed, decentralized financial advisors. So DeFi advisors. All right. And if you're not a part of the Vincent Owens Group, it's time for you to step up and drop a number 7. All right. Because I know everybody on here isn't. So I want to know who is not a part of the Vincent Owens Group. All right. And listen, I'm about to announce something. So if you don't drop it, it doesn't apply. All right. This is for people who drop the number 7 right now. That's not a part of our community. Now, all right, what we're doing something that's massive, and we haven't done it. We've never done it before. I told you all that I believe that the value that we bring as a community, as a company, is very, very valuable. And you all know, the ones that are part of us, that the private community is $3,000 for the year. All right. I decided after literally so many DMs, like it's crazy. After Invest Fest, I decided to do a post Invest Fest. I spoke to Travis. He said that he was fine with it as well. And so that's perfect. So we decided to do a post Invest Fest below flash sale. So it's literally until Friday at midnight. So tomorrow at midnight, the link will not be available anymore. However, you are able to go now. I will not drop the link here because what we want you to do is to set a consultation up with us. So if you can set a consultation up with us and kind of that way we can figure out where we met you, who are you connected with, different things like that. We want to make sure that we can vet you to make sure that you are a right fit to work with the Vincent Owens Group. And so what we're doing is $500 off until tomorrow. All right, $500 off. All right, so you can come work with us for $500 off. All right, so now it's $2,500 for the year. All right, don't think about how you can't afford it. Let's think about how you can afford it, right? Because the last thing you want to do is to go into these last times and not have a plan for your investments. What we specialize here is not just talking about cryptocurrency and hosting a podcast, not just dropping some coins and saying get into these, but we really focus on advising you as to helping you create a plan, because people without a vision shall perish. And your investments without a vision, your investments without a goal will perish as well. All right. You have to do your due diligence, and we're here to help you every step of the way. So for the people that are interested, what you can do is you can book a session. All right. You can book a session. Travis, I don't know if you can give me a thumbs up if you can drop that link for them to perfect. So Travis is going to go ahead and drop that link. What I'm going to do right now, if there's anybody that wants to share one thing you like, learn, or love, please raise your hand. I see we got one person. We'd love to have at least one other person. But with that being said, Andrew Jackson, shout out to Ty. That's my bro. Shout out to Ty. So Andrew Jackson, feel free to come on up, man. Appreciate you for being on the show today, big dog. And the floor is yours.
Yeah, I am.
Suits in the back too.
Oh yeah, man, I'm over here in cold. First and foremost, I want to thank both of you guys, man. The stuff that you guys bring, all the content, so valuable, man. You can easily, like you said, easily charge, but you don't charge. So I want to thank you guys for all the rabbit hole content. And one thing, I liked everything. I always like everything you guys teach, man, because there's just so much, so valuable. And also, too, the crypto nerd actually changed my perspective of XRP years ago.
Yes.
Because at first I was not for XRP, but the stuff you guys brought, changed my perspective all the way. So I just want to say thank you, man. And
bro, welcome.
This crypto and coffee stuff is amazing, man. Amazing.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Andrew. I mean, who doesn't like coffee, and who don't love a good crypto talk? So it goes together. It's great. We're about to start doing some amazing things. We might start doing these sessions live. I'm about to try to start partnering with local coffee shops. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So Ty, stay. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tap in with you, Ty. But I think we need to do something that's creative, meetups, different things like that. So these are things that's coming. But we appreciate you being here from the beginning, bro. I seen you be on most of the calls, bro, and checking it out, leaving comments on, so definitely appreciate you. And the nerds is what really, I won't say changed my belief, because I didn't know about XRP. So the nerds is what opened me up to XRP, and now I can't stop.
Right.
I feel like Diddy.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I knew about it. It's just that, you got to change my perspective all the way.
Yeah.
All the way. So yeah, I've been in the crypto for a while. So
okay.
I ain't new to this.
Yeah.
I knew to this at all. But thank you guys though, man. Like I said, keep up the great work. Like I said, the stuff you guys are doing is just, man, it's on another level.
Appreciate it, big dog. Awesome, man. That was great. Love to hear from the community. Love to hear from y'all, man, because this is what keeps us going, man. Like, to just know that, we know that you appreciate us, but just to know the things that maybe come on here and tell us, hey, what can we improve? Thank you. It's our 30th episode. Happy 30th episode on August 11th. We turned 30 years old. We turned 30 years old on August 11th. All right. And I turned 30 on October 12th. So it's fitting. But if anybody has anything, feel free to unmute your line. You already know how we do. There's no problem.
Yes, yes. Well, great work, great job, fantastic. I'm just so proud of being in this community. Thank you so much. It's just always learning and always open to learning more and more. It's really opened my eyes quite a bit, and I'm here. One of the things that I really got a lot out of today was interesting more and learning more about the blockchain itself. And thank you, Vincent, for guiding me in that direction. Because like I said, I'm really immersed. I'm pursuing that certification so I could really be here with the VOG network stronger than ever. So
Yes.
I'm really studying hard on that. I also appreciate that opening my eyes even further regarding the mergers and acquisitions. We know that has happened during the internet boom and all of that and what happened at that time. So the bubble. And so now we're just gonna be ready. And so thank you so much. I really got a lot out of this. Each section, each section, Tuesday and Thursday is getting better and better. So I really like that. One question for you, Vincent, again, since you brought up Coinbase and you said about does a Ripple, the possibility, sort of like what could happen, the merger with Coinbase and Ripple would be what with BlackRock being the major latest investor in that coming over with Coinbase. How do you think that will shape the whole thing out with still thinking that Coinbase will go under?
They're under a lot of allegations, and these are the same allegations that Celsius. So I'm saying that if they crash, we don't know if they will until it happens, right? So we can't predict the future. But if they do crash, we have to look at the companies out there, because to be able to go into a merger with a company like Coinbase, that's actually bigger. That's bigger than Celsius. Like, this is Coinbase. They are IPO'd, right? They are on the stock market. So to go in and actually be able to, you got to have a company that is so liquid, that has so much cash, so much capital that is saved up for this opportunity. I believe FTX is one of those companies. I believe BlackRock is one of those companies. And I also believe that Ripple is one of those companies. The reason why I believe that Ripple would be interested as well as FTX, but Ripple is because of the XRP ledger. And on the XRP ledger, there is a decentralized exchange. Imagine if they could utilize the technologies for their decentralized exchange from Coinbase. They could utilize those same APIs. They could utilize those same, just systems. And so when you're merging with a company, you're merging with a company because you see value. You see value as one company, and they see value because they can't merge with you unless they're what do I call it? I have a brain fart here, but they're higher ups, right? The investors, they can't merge with you unless they say it's okay as well.
The shareholders?
The shareholders. Thank you. Yeah, they're shareholders. So if the shareholders don't agree with it, then it doesn't happen. The same way that Ripple shareholders or whoever. So I was making, I wanted to make a bold claim, because I don't make a lot of bold claims, but I felt like, this is a bold claim that could end up happening. And then I can say, hey, you heard it here first on Coffee and Crypto. So even if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But just looking at the way that they're going after Celsius Network, and Celsius is not necessarily an exchange, it's a crypto lending platform. Right. Coinbase is an exchange, and they have a wallet, right? And they have a wallet. So that's why I made that bold statement.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. And it was a bold statement, you know what I mean? So it's all good. How you feeling, Trav?
I don't feel like you're too far off, honestly, bro.
Appreciate it.
I don't, honestly. There has been a lot of, when you have a big company like that, people tend to come after you.
Yeah.
Especially in new spaces.
Yeah.
And that is why I feel like Coinbase, even though BlackRock has partnered with them, they could still be under attack from other places.
Yeah, from other places. And another thing I saw Ty drop this, if I can find it, man. Ty said something about, we were talking about mergers and acquisitions. There is SunTrust and BB&T, right? So it happened to SunTrust. BB&T took over SunTrust. That's what created Truist. And look now, Truist, they're over there. It's the Truist Stadium here in Atlanta where the Braves play. Truist has a big building here in Atlanta. Truist is all over the place, right? So these mergers and acquisitions are happening all over. And this is really, I believe, what we really, and again, right now we're in a mastermind time. The show is over. Now we're masterminding, right? If you're on YouTube, usually I would have ended the YouTube by now, but you're getting some extra sauce. So congratulations. But I just think that with where we're at right now, we really need to pay attention, not focus. It doesn't need to be a focus, but pay attention to the mergers and the acquisitions that are happening. And it's going to continue to happen. There's so many companies, literally right here. I got one more. I got a bonus clip, right? Let's do a bonus.
I got a bonus clip too.
You got a bonus clip? All right, we got a bonus clip. Damn, we're gonna be here. All right, so check this out. Check this out. Bonus clip. All right. So we saw, first off, we saw this partnership back in 2018. Lian International joins RippleNet to provide faster payments into China, right? Then we come over here and directly on Lian's Global's website, it says your cross-border growth partner. Now, they wouldn't be a partner without this. So they knew that they wouldn't be able to stand the test of time if they didn't have this, Ripple, right? So let's continue to go. Lian achieves money transmitter, and this is the second time I'm showing this. Lian achieves money transmitter license in all 50 US states. And then hot off the press, drop those coffee emojis. This happened today. Lian Global announces this expansion into the UK. The reason why they're expanding into the UK is because now they're looking to expand into Europe. And Europe is a tough place to crack, all right, to get into. So you start with the UK, they're very close, they get to see it, and boom, now they're into Europe. So as you can see, this is happening. Lian now can process these things, and they can connect with Allegro, Amazon, Google Shopping Actions, Shopify, Walmart. They have partners with all these people, all right? And so with them, Lian having partners with all those people, that gives Ripple, XRP, an indirect partnership.
So this bonus clip I'm about to share is in relation to your question, Ms. Zuli, and that's why I feel that it's relevant.
Unmute it, bro.
Took the chance to seize the company.
I think it's good. What's your goddamn problem with these stats?
Coinbase stock jumps after announcing Bitcoin partnership with BlackRock.
Coinbase had a good chance of going under. BlackRock took the chance to seize the company. I think they're going to phrase it as a partnership, but I really think it's a takeover. The bounce in the stock is representative of institutional buyers knowing what the plan that BlackRock has for it, and now it's going to be a stable asset. I will say this for those of you that are invested in crypto. If you are on Coinbase, get your money off of there. I've told you guys, there's not a market on earth that is worth trillions of dollars that the top hedge funds will not come attack. And I've been saying for years, that Vanguard and BlackRock are invested heavily into it and gives it a higher chance of going up. I think it's a great strategic move before investors here. Get your coins off Coinbase.
Yo, shout out to Ian. Shout out to
Coinbase.
So he is saying that, you know, they will still come after them. They will still come after them. So there is still a chance that they go under.
Yeah. And look, yo, I appreciate that, man. That was a great tie-in, and we've been here. All right, we've been here long enough. I appreciate. Look, we'll never know when it ends, so we just gonna get up out of here, man. So look, we appreciate y'all, man. Listen, y'all have a safe weekend. If you're part of the Vincent Owens Group, you know Saturday If you're in the private Discord, we meet on Saturdays. We meet on Saturdays at 10 a.m. and we mark up charts together, specifically XRP. That is the focus. And we practice, you know, so if you're a part of our group and you are free 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday mornings, we will be going live this Saturday morning again, going through the charts. And the last markup we had was absolutely incredible. I made money off of it. I'm not sure if anybody else made money, but I definitely made money off that last chart markup. So pay attention, guys. Stay plugged into the Discord. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you, Reggie. Appreciate you for tapping in. And we'll see y'all beaches in the banks of the world. Have a great rest of your day, family. Peace.